It's your boy FRE, $H Fresh, at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. Yes, I know this is weird. You're looking at me at 8:10 in the morning on a Friday, man. I just thought of this thing I wanted to start, and it's not going to be a specific day that I do it or a time that I do it. Most likely it'll be nobody watching, because this is the point when people go to work and people start their day and they're so active they're really not able to watch anything, but they're watching on the replay. And if they don't, who cares? One thing I realized is that a lot of times welcome to Jeep Talk episode 1, different strokes for different folks. I think one of the things I realized is that sometimes, a lot of the times when you're in your car, you just think, like you're thinking a lot, or you got something on your mind you want to talk about. And I felt as though I should start this episode thing called Jeep Talk, because we're in the Jeep Rubicon right now, where I allow you guys to ask me questions. We talk about stuff just on my drive to work or my drive somewhere. Mostly it'll probably be on my drive to work in the morning. I don't expect a lot of people to be here, but this is something to do. I didn't feel like listening to music this morning, so I just went live and talked about Jeep Talk. So this is different strokes for different folks. I don't know when it happened. I don't know if it's always been this way, but I think we've gotten to a point as people, where we believe there's some ultimate right way to live, or ultimate right way to do anything. And I think a lot of people don't understand there's different strokes for different folks. For example, there's some people who don't want children. And yes, it makes it easier for them to be financially free. It makes them easier to travel the world, and that's a good thing. But then there's some people who do want children, or just want 1 or 2. And there's some people who want 10. And I think a lot of the times we try to compare them all to say, oh, this is better than this, you can do this and this, but you just have to but you have to realize that people have different ideas of the way they want to live their life. Oh, we see another Jeep here. See another Jeep, you put your fist up. But fingers up. But people have different ideas of how they want to live their life. And I think when people in your mind set a certain standard to how people want to live, then you get a misconception of who's living a good life and who's not. There are people who oh, she looks alright. And there are people who spend their entire life trying to build wealth, right? And then there's people who spend their entire life having fun, doing what they want to do. And we, a lot of the times, tend to put the people who spend their life focusing on wealth on a pedestal. And when you put people on the pedestal, when you put people on the pedestal and their lifestyle might not be something that works for you, or something that most people, or a lot of people, different people, consider not what they want to do, then what you do is you take away from the possibility of you finding what works best for you, because of the fact that you go first, ma'am. Because of the fact that you believe that their lifestyle is the lifestyle that fits you. And I think that is a tough thing. Let me shout you guys out in the room. I'm not gonna be able to do too much looking at the screen because we're driving. Shout out to Barks. What's up, man? Barks in the building. Hey, Tia, welcome back. Yeah, I just felt like I wanted to start this right here. Before, a lot of people worry about the algorithm. A lot of people worry about, you guys can ask any questions y'all want. We just chat in the morning. Jeep Talk. We probably gotta stop out. We don't gotta stop by and get no gas, but I do want to get something to eat. So we're gonna stop by Dunkin' Donuts, get some breakfast, y'all. Black Scorpion, what up? But again, I think the more you idolize or the more you desire to have a lifestyle, a certain lifestyle, without knowing all the possibilities, then I feel like the less happy you'll probably be in life. And a lot of times, again, people are trying to live lifestyles that's just not for them. It's nothing in particular, no one in particular, but I gotta remember we gotta get something to drink next time, some water or something for Jeep Talk. People are trying to live lifestyles that's not for them, and you can kind of tell if a lifestyle is not for you if you're trying it over and over again and you're not getting the results that you want. Because when the life is for you, you're going to get the results. For example, myself, when I was growing up, I said, you know what? I want to have. I know this is different from what everybody else has taught, and everyone said you should get married. When I was growing up, I was born in the 80s, 84. All of the people were saying that when you grow up, you should have a big house with a white picket fence. You should be married, and you should have 2 kids and a dog. And I was like, well, that's the standard of what the majority of people want, but that's not for me. Why isn't it for me? One, because I've had 2 dogs when I was growing up. Nikki and Brutus, shout out to them. Pat, rest in peace. I had 2 dogs when I was growing up. And one thing I realized is that I freaking hate waking up first thing in the morning. I don't want to say hate. I dislike waking up at first thing in the morning to go walk these dogs so they don't poop in my house. And I say, yo, as a kid, you tell your grandparents, you tell your mother, you tell your grandparents, you tell your mother, you want a dog, and they'll go get you a dog, but then the responsibilities kick in, and you like, yo, I don't want no fucking dog. Because waking up, and I live in New Jersey, so waking up 6 o'clock in the morning at the crack of dawn to go walk the dog in the cold before school made me understand that when I got older, I would never want a dog. Cats didn't never trust me, kind of sneaky. But that made me realize that I never could be one of the dog people. So that whole having a white picket fence with 2 kids and a dog, I X'd the dog out immediately. Immediately the dog gets X'd out. Secondly, I'm like, all right. Throughout my whole life, they taught me that different strokes for different folks, that you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. You should not put all your eggs in one basket. So I started to apply that to everything. And I'm like, hey, if I only have one wife and 2 kids by that wife, isn't that putting all my eggs in one basket? To me, it was. So I was like, okay, that can't happen. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket because, and this is before I even knew that, the majority of men lose financially, lose emotionally the most when they leave the marriage or when the marriage is over, when it's divorced. This is before I even knew all that. I just knew putting all your eggs in one basket wasn't a thing. So I was like, getting married and having 2 kids by the same woman is not my thing. Different strokes for different folks. So let me try to think of something else. And as I started traveling, I started realizing, hey, I don't necessarily have to only be with one woman. And I don't necessarily have to only have kids with one woman. But if I have kids in the same place, then I'm kind of stuck in the same rut. So I just thought outside of the box and said, okay, I'm going to have children by women different. I'm going to have children by different women. And I want the different women to be of different ethnicities. And why was that important to me? Because each ethnicity is going to have a different culture. And mixed with my black culture, I feel as though you can create something that's a stronger build for the future. And I feel like the future is going to be a global future. Like, you know, our parents, like, if you were born in the millennial, anything higher than the millennial, didn't really understand about the global environment, y'all. They really didn't understand about the global environment. But it's like the global environment is like a jack in the box. Once it's open, it's open. You can't put that. Well, not exactly. You can't. It's more like a mystery box. Once it's open, it's open. You can't put it back inside. You can't put it back inside because the world now has knowledge of the internet. We have knowledge of the global world outside of just the place we live. Whether you live in the United States, whether you live in the UK, whether you live in Colombia, whether you live in Brazil, you know that there's more now outside of where you live. Hey, Clayway, what's going on, man? Welcome to Jeep Talk episode 1. Different strokes for different folks. So, oh my God, she a little thick, boy. Let me see if I can show y'all real quick. She a little thick. Hold up. Jeep Talk episode 1. All right, let's get back. All right. So, and I think the phone is going to mess up at one point, but every day when I do this Jeep Talk, when I'm going to work and we just talk about, you guys can ask whatever you want. It's going to be a point where my phone messes up because I go through a place where it's between like hills and the service is bad, but hopefully it'll come back and we could join that. And I definitely got to get some water. So we're going to stop by Dunkin' Donuts, get something to drink, and we're going to get something to eat. That's my little breakfast routine. But I think, but once I understood what's going on, man? Once I understood that we are living in a global world, I realized that I want to build my legacy. Again, different strokes for different folks. Some people are still believing, and there's nothing wrong with that, because it does work for some people. Regardless of how statistically it still works for some people with a white picket fence with in the United States with 2 kids and a dog. That still works for some people. But I'm just trying to, my whole thing is about teaching people options so that you can choose what works for you. Hey, Jay Brass, what's going on? Salute, V-Swells in the building. What kind of car do I Jeep? Come on, touchdown. I actually have a couple cars, but this is Jeep Talk. This is Jeep Talk. You need that Jeep to have a Jeep Talk. So I got a Jeep Rubicon, 2013 actually. Low mileage, 65,000 miles on it. Little Jeep Rubicon. I bought it because, and I know we're a little bit off, but again, just Jeep Talk. I bought it because I'm always thinking, and one of the cars that retains its value, one of the vehicles that retains its value the most are Jeeps. Jeeps retain their value for many years, so, you know, see me in the Jeep Rubicon. Should be on the thing somewhere. I'm gonna go to the back of the seat right there. See that? I know y'all see it right there. Yeah. It ain't got no letter stitching. It is what it is. So I think that knowing that the word, this is my belief. This is not saying anybody else is wrong. Again, different strokes for different folks. And this is when the service might go bad because I'm going through 2 mountains. I believe that having a family that is prepared for the global environment that is going to always be there from now on is something that my legacy has to have. It has to have that. So my first child's mother was born in Ghana. She came over here when she was like 16, 14, my fault. Ghana. Raising a child with her is different because I'm not really religious like that. I believe in myself. I believe in what's going to be is going to be, but I'm not really religious like that. But she's super religious. So it's like a good thing because it gives our daughter a chance to see different options of ways to have a belief in the way to move or the way to live, which is super dope. She comes from the Ghanaian culture where, you know, she has a big family, she has brothers, family, and that's good, but they now versus me who come from the city, who everything is fast paced. So I think that works best for me, for the life I want to create and the family legacy I want to create. I'm not saying this for everybody, but I'm giving people options because it's different strokes for different folks. What did Predator say? Oh yeah, it's getting laggy now. Touchdown L. Eventually it'll clear up like in about, give or take. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, but and ladies can still hear me. It'll clear up in about 5 minutes or 3 minutes actually, because of the fact that we're still in between the hills. If you were in jail, you would like jail cell bars, vertical or horizontal? Just a silly question. If you were in jail, would you like cell bars to be vertical or horizontal? I'll answer the question again. It's Jeep Talk. We kicking it. I wouldn't be in jail for one thing, but I would think it would be easier to get acclimated if the jail bars are horizontal, because I think if they're horizontal, you could probably get out more. But jails don't really have. Oh yeah, I don't know. The jails I seen don't have bars no more. They have like doors, and the whole room is like closed off, so you really can't see what's inside the door. It's super clear now. All right, we back to it. All right, cool. So yeah, so my first baby, like I said, my first child's mother, my daughter's mother, is from Ghana. So that was that. Then my second one, I said, all right, a lot of people are having children with people simply because of love. But I know that love can change. But once you choose who you're going to have that child with, you can't go back and say, oh damn, I shouldn't have chose for love. So when I chose the woman that I was, it wasn't guaranteed that she was great, but when I chose the woman I was going to have a kid with, I said, all right, I'm a black man already. So all of my children are going to be from different ethnicities because of the fact that I'm already black. So they don't have reason. Yeah, I call it. And that was different from the experience I had raising my daughter with the mother from Ghana. Was it worse? Was it better? I don't think it was a worse or better thing. I think it was just a different way because my son's mother comes from different upbringing. Mother, father lived out in a wealthy area. Went to Catholic school all life. My son's mother came from a different upbringing. I'm back, y'all. I'm back. It's the Jeep, dog. It's the Jeep Airborne. They can't smell. Don't smell. I'll get back to the conversation, but let me get to your question. Next trip to Colombia, option trader. We are going back to Barranquilla next week. We'll take a break off of this long story to stick with this question. My next trip to Colombia. I'm currently in the process, and I'll try to get back to the story if I can. If not, then hey, it's Jeep Talk. I'm currently in the process of trying to find I got one snack, and I'm trying to make the snacks diverse in how they look. Again, different strokes for different folks. I'm trying to make the snacks different in how they look. The different ethnicities and everything each time. So I'm working on a snack that's a little bit thicker than what you guys are accustomed to for Barranquilla. And so far, I think I have the thick snack for Barranquilla locked in. I think I have the thick snack for Barranquilla locked in. But I also have two dates. Two dates meaning two women I'm going to try to have the girlfriend experience with. And they're on the page, on the community tab if you've seen them. One of them, she plays handball professionally for one of them plays handball professionally for Colombia. And the other one, I haven't really got too much info on her, but she's a melanated sister who you guys might see in thing. I haven't talked too much on her. I got a WhatsApp. We talked about meeting, but I didn't go too detailed because I've been trying to plan it out. Now my plan is this, while we're still talking about Colombia. When I get to Barranquilla on the 25th, which will be a Saturday, I plan to go immediately to the first snack. Now I gotta cut this real close. Because I'm getting to Barranquilla around like 2 o'clock. I get to the Airbnb, check in, and she can prove the room around 3 o'clock. And then I immediately at 3 o'clock invite the snack over. Now, the snack that I invite it's probably gonna be the big one first. And I'll be with her from like 3 to about 5 or 6. Then I gotta get her out of there. I gotta get the snack out of there. Once I get her out of there, I gotta call over the woman who I'm going to be hanging out with for the next 24 hours. And this is what I'm saying. I plan a lot of stuff out like this because I understand I'm only there for a short time. You see, if my channel, which is say different strokes for different folk, I, at this point in my life, understand that I have the availability to build my wealth and set my children on while they're still young. My daughter's 17. Well, she's turning 17. My son to build my wealth. Another Jeep. And because I'm doing that, I don't think it's best for me, different strokes for different folks, to be out traveling. Because I would love, out staying somewhere expating. Because if I was at the point right now where I lived in Colombia, oh, this would be a whole wilder channel, y'all. Or lived in another country, or at least was able to stay there for a significant amount of time, like at least a month, bro, this would be a whole wild type channel. But because right now I still believe in building and being able to retire early without having to worry about making money, making money off of YouTube, or making money off of working internationally. When I retire, I'll still be doing YouTube. I don't think I'm gonna ever stop doing YouTube, but I won't need to make money off of it. I don't need to make money off of it now. So because I have my real estate, let's see that it'll never be a dull day if I'm able to live. Sometimes, okay, different strokes for different folks. I watch other people's channels and I'm like, wow, I don't think they understand the possibilities that's really out there when you live in these places, or they may not have enough money to get to those possibilities. Because if I'm staying somewhere for a week, crazy, y'all, crazy. Option trader, yeah. Yes, the next snack, I believe. What up? Let me see. Bunch of hella kangaroo nuts. That's crazy. Let's see. The next snack, and I don't, again, the one I have set up for Colombia, for Barranquilla, is going to be, one of them is going to be a BBW. Yes. I don't know if that's going to be the first snack I get when I get there, because I'm still trying to set up a guaranteed snack. I want to have 2 guaranteed snacks. Even though I'm only going to be there for 3 days, I'm trying to have 2 guaranteed snacks and 2 dates. I do also want to link up with the woman that I'm trying to, okay. Again, remember I told you guys, go back to that story. My first baby mother is from Ghana. My second one is European American. The reason why I'm purchasing a property in Barranquilla is because I want to start working on my third baby mother, who's probably most likely going to be Colombian. And I feel as though whenever I have a child, my child has to have some place that they own when I pass away. And that's the reason why I'm selling my place. That's part of the reason. It's a lot more, but that's part of the reason why I'm selling my place in Miami and buying a place in Barranquilla, because I do want my next child to be relatively close to my other children. And it's going to take a process. It's going to take a while process, because you got to be careful who you pick for a baby mother, and you got to really look at the family. So I don't think it's going to be any time within a year or two, but it's something that I have in my mind also. But so I gotta figure out some time to hang out with the other one and see if she's still a cool candidate. Let me see. Hey, Trillionaire Club, what's going on? Don't ask why, just check out the channel. You're so skippity. You're so fan of tax. Okay. Big facts. Good move. Again, I don't know anyone that has done this before. And welcome to Jeep Talk if you're just showing up. Episode 1, different strokes for different folks. I don't know many people. I don't know anybody who's had a life that's done this. So you guys gotta bear with me when I say that this is not something that I'm going to say works 100% or is guaranteed to work. You guys are just following the story to see how this actually turns out. That may inspire you to do it or may inspire you not to do it. So but I'm a firm believer in, if you're going to have a kid, then when you pass away, your child should be left with at least what you have, if not what you were given or more. And that's why I couldn't fathom having I couldn't fathom having another kid until I had a property in the place where I was going to have a kid. So that's why again, now I'm starting to look towards maybe I'm having a kid in Colombia, most likely Barranquilla, but I don't know. We'll see. But definitely the kid to have a crib in Colombia. Where do we end off at? All right. So again, this is all different strokes for different folks. When people focus on telling you that you gotta find a wife, you gotta find a girlfriend, you gotta be with one woman, you gotta be married and have kids, I think that works for some people. But if you don't explore your options, you never know if that works for you. So I would definitely say test out your options while you're still able to. Be careful with having children if you are not financially where you need to be, because of the fact that can throw your process off a lot, especially if you have children in the United States, because the way that the system is set up, you can get hit with child support, you can get hit with a lot of stuff that you don't want to do. So really, when you pick your situation, make sure you pick your situation is not too crazy. I mean, because child support can prevent you from traveling. Child support can prevent you from everything. Me personally, I'm not on child support. Again, my son lives with me, and my daughter, her mother. Again, that's one thing I've learned culturally. Culturally, I've learned, and it's not just, and this is what I'm saying, it's not a black woman thing. It's not a white woman thing. It's a United States general thought process of trying to get up through child support. Welcome to Jeep Talk episode 1 if you're just coming here. Different strokes for different folks. Because one thing I realized is that my son's mother never, even when my son was staying with his mother, she never mentioned child support. She's white American. But I felt when she had her second kid, it was something that she was leaning towards. However, my daughter's mother, and my daughter is almost 17 now, has never even mentioned the word. But I think it's because one is from the United States and one is from Ghana. I don't know if it's a fact. This is my hypothesis. I don't know, y'all. This is my hypothesis. That if you get a woman from another country pregnant, and you have a kid with or if you have a kid with another woman from another country, is it a possibility that the child support, even if they live in the United States, I don't know, I got to do more research about this, is avoidable because of the fact that the other countries don't have this mentality of I have to profit no matter what it takes. Because I don't think that a lot of women understand that child support for the majority, on the majority aspect. We're not talking about some dudes that just not there and you need the money. But on the majority aspect, I don't know if child support works in the child's best interest in the sense of mentally. Financially, of course it does. I think, for the majority. But mentally, for the I don't know. I gotta do more research before I talk too much about that. But I feel it. He said this is true, at least in Nigeria. I feel it because anybody I know, and I do know other people who have children with a woman from another country, and yeah, I just don't. I just don't know. I just don't know. I gotta put more thought into it, y'all. I gotta put more thought into it. You have a dent on my head? I could. Yo, who's the goofy on the live stream? Dark Destroyer, I don't know. Let me see. There is no get rich by child support mindset. He said there is no. Again, I don't think it's a get rich thing. I'm gonna have to take y'all inside of Dunkin' Donuts with me, real quick. Let me get this food out. Take a shot of Dunkin' Donuts. We'll get back to the Jeep talk. When we get back in the car. But right now we're going to Dunkin' Donuts to get some breakfast. 1 second. No, how you doing, man? Ooh, big money. All right, 1 second. Hello, good morning. How you doing? May I have 2 glazed donuts today?
2 glazed donuts?
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's it.
Coffee? Sandwich?
Cinnamon rice and bagel.
Anything else?
That's it.
Thank you. Have a good day. Oh, yeah, we can get back to Jeep talk in a second. Let's get back in the Jeep before we get to Jeep talk. 1, 2, 3, 4. We still gotta get something to drink when we get to work. Alright. We got about like 5 more minutes of this talking and we gotta get to work. But okay. So Taiwo says there is no get rich by child support mindset. Again, different strokes for different folks. Everyone has a different opinion, and I think that I think the issue is that a lot of us, we think that our way is the only way and the right way. I'm saying that the way I think is right for me, but I understand that other people, they have a way of thinking it's right for them. But let me try to explain why I think there is no get rich child support mindset. But I do feel as though in the United States, of all other cultures, again, I've been traveling since I was 18. And when I say traveling, I don't mean just internationally. I traveled around the United States. I went to a lot of parts of the country, and network with the people because I'm a people person. I talk to people. There is no get rich by child support mindset is in the United States. I don't think so. But there is a mindset of, if I get child support, I'll be able to do less or have to work less hard. I'll have things a little bit easier. It doesn't mean I'm going to have it easy. It just means I think in the United States, and it's not a black thing, it's not a white thing. I think it's a understanding how the United States works when it comes to a woman being able to access a man's capital. And I think this is something that through generations women understand over time. So whereas a woman from another culture, the first time she's over here, she might not understand this. But when she has a kid, she starts to put in her kid's mind what she's learning. And that second generation may still not put you on child support, but it may be more likely to. So I don't think it's a get rich mindset. I can get rich from child support mindset versus I can work a little bit less if I get an income coming in that is passive income. Child support is basically passive income for a woman. It is. You don't have to do anything for it, and you get it. aside from take care of the kid. And a lot of times there are government subsidies in the United States that takes care of most of the stuff. So again, I wouldn't say is a get rich thing, but I think that mentality doesn't exist as, and I'm not gonna say it doesn't exist at all. It doesn't exist as widely in other countries. And I'm just speaking from my personal experience of having a child's mother who's from Ghana, born in Ghana, raised in Ghana, and having a European child's mother who was born in the United States. So that's just my experience of that. And yeah, I don't think so. Let me see. Hey, what's going on, R-Dub? All right, y'all. This is gonna be the end of Jeep Talk episode 1. It was good chatting with you guys and ladies. About to eat the food, get to work, and end this day. Maybe on the ride home we'll have another Jeep Talk. But yeah, it's your boy FRE $H Fresh at the Flyboy Way. That's THEFLYBOYWAY. Don't ask why, just check out the channel. I'll see y'all next Jeep Talk. Peace.